Guys, welcome back to the Skolldir Showdown. My name is Mr. Pillow. Pyro Cheese is here with me. I really am not good at the game, am I?
No, I mean, it takes a little bit of practice, but you know, like I said, maybe don't quit your day job for now.
I'll get there one day. It's my dream. Going to college for this.
Oh man.
So our next match is going to be the Starsan versus, let's see who we got here. Yellow. We see both players already. We talked about it earlier. Yellow, he took down that kind of quintessential Skolldir player, Love, earlier. Now he's up against another, I guess. Again, a way to put it, quintessential Skolldir player. The question is, Starsan, you know, Love is a great Skolldir, but I wouldn't put Starsan as probably the best Skolldir main, so to speak. They're out there at the moment. Like, you know, he can do whatever he wants with Skolldir. You know, he's the sort of guy that can go gnome first against, you know, high caliber players. And I don't even think like Nikki or Edster can do that, where they forego Stun Punch and Oily and just buy whatever tickles their fancy, and in matches against, you know, high level players, you know, still just completely carry the team on their shoulders like the way Starsan does. But I think Yellow, he can do what he did versus Love, but he's gonna have to take it up a notch. You know what I mean? Because Starsan knows all the Skolldir tricks in the book. He's comfortable with any Skolldir situation, and he knows how to make them happen. What do you think, Pyro Cheese? And I keep forgetting to put this. Guys, quick reminder, type who you think is going to win into the chat. You can type either Starsan, Yellow, or that they tie, because they're going to play exactly 2 matches regardless of the results. Either Starsan can win both of them, either Yellow can win both of them, or they each tie. If you guess correctly, you will be eligible for a giveaway after the next 2 matches. So, Pyro, what are your thoughts, my friend?
I mostly agree with what you're saying right there. Starsan, like you said, quintessential Skolldir player. Being able to play around with how you play him, how you build him, still be able to get away with it successfully, I should say. Yellow, I don't have much experience with. Mostly, it comes down to the last match that he had with Love. But, you know, I don't think that was a very good... excuse me, a very good demonstration of what he could really do as a Skolldir player, in my opinion, because, you know, for different strengths and different weaknesses, like I said, Love, I don't think there's anyone out there who would say that she's a bad Skolldir, you know, regardless of her performance here. I think her strength really does lie mostly in classic 3v3 not style, you know, and that's where she really shines. In 1v1, maybe not so much, maybe competitive, not so much, but that's kind of a different subject. When it comes to Yellow, I really don't know what to expect from him. Starsan, I think we can all recognize, like we said, we're super comfortable with Skolldir and how to play him. And it's just up to Yellow, I think, to see how he'll answer to someone who's very comfortable with the situation overall.
Alright, and I think it's important to mention, you know, none of these players are here by accident. There wasn't any fluke invites or anything. Everyone here is here based on performance. Starsan made 3rd place last year, so he was invited back to skip the qualifiers. Everyone else, they played in the qualifiers and they beat everyone out. Like, you know, we had 31 participants yesterday, and you know, this is the cream of the crop. These are the people who are left standing, who are left breathing. So definitely, you know, everyone here definitely has the potential to make it.
Yeah.
Even the underdogs.
Everyone who's here definitely deserves to be here. I don't think there's a really question about that. It's just, you know, when it comes down to it, I think what really shines here is the dynamic between different players. You know, these are the best of the best that we have in the community, and, you know, just because you're the best at something doesn't mean that you're in the same category as best. You know, we've talked about different play styles. Nikki's strength might have been that he's level-headed. You know, Starsan's might be more that he's able to play around with Skolldir a little bit more. You know, things of that nature, where everyone has their own different skills, even if this is just a Skolldir showdown where a lot of variables have been taken out of place. You know, super symmetrical map, all the builds are the same, everyone starts out with the exact same times and abilities. There are skins, which we all know play a very important part in how well you perform, but at the end of the day, it is their skills that shine at more than anything else in each person's unique playstyle.
Indeed. So with that said, I am ready to get into this match, my friend. I am at the 12-second mark. Are you ready for the countdown?
I am indeed.
3, 2, 1, and we go. And immediately, Starsan just kind of run around the jump pads. Yellow waiting to take the jump out at the right moment. He knows he's gonna pin down there. Actually manages to sneak right under Starsan. No damage dealt yet for a full 13 seconds.
Yeah. And there we go. First damage of the game right there.
Yeah, first blood. When you take players with just amazing jukes like these, it's all about the first punch. But the first blood that spilled from that first punch is going to be YOLO going down, and there is if that wasn't the proof of the spawn mind games right there. And that wasn't the proof. Immediately just coming out, burning both abilities, and taking Starsan down to 1 HP. Pretty sure the reason that Starsan didn't die there is YOLO didn't expect that to work as well as he thought it was, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I was actually surprised myself. You know, I expected that coming out because, you know, the person who's in spawn does have control over the situation a little bit more than the person who's trying to, you know, spawn camp, basically. Just because they have control of when the actual events start happening. One thing I do want to note, though, is that I am noticing that play that I was talking about with YOLO, where he is a little bit more calm in regards to his timing of his auto attacks right there. He does take a second, either intentionally or not, to actually just pause and maybe reset the rhythm of his auto attacks, where even Starsan, whether it be comfort or anything else or just habit, he is doing mostly, like you're saying, holding down his left click with a piece of duct tape or something like that.
And you definitely see, you know, he chooses when YOLO really chooses when he wants to use the jump pad. You know, and it kind of goes back to our conversation about Nikki versus Uberenzi there, where he just kind of calmly evaluates the options currently available to him, and he evaluates what he needs to do to get things in his favor and, you know, pick up the kill. Oh, YOLO gonna be taking a lot of damage here. No kill being picked up anytime, unless, oh my god, that was actually a nice stun punch off the jump pad. That was exactly what he needed. And now, looks like they are going to be just squaring off. And nice quick, what a throw! What a throw! YOLO taking a great bit of damage, man. Just that was an example of trading a stun punch for a throw there, trading the damage you take from the stun punch for the throw. He's still gonna go down though. YOLO a little bit less than half HP. Game is tied. They slightly in favor of Starsan, and now Starsan can go in really hard. They're both gonna whiff throws, so never mind. They're just gonna kind of probably fish around for a moment. They're going to get the throws back at relatively the same time. YOLO going to be going in again. There's the hit throw. There is the damage coming out. There's the oily. He can't find it, but there it is, the punch. He predicts him to going down to the pad. Sound straight away in. Oh, he tried to do there. Remember, he didn't do it perfectly. He did get the Nomen, but remember what I said? Baiting with your Quake so they spawn so that you then beat them with the throw? That's exactly what he just tried to do there. That almost worked scarily well. That was just nanoseconds off from just being devastating to YOLO.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is probably one of the best examples that we've seen of actually taking advantage of knowing where your opponent spawns. Maybe not knowing when, but knowing where they spawn. Definitely that goes far. Because we've seen it a little bit, but, you know, mostly just kind of like aiming your third punch. They're not really being as risky or as confident, depending on your perspective, of actually burning abilities, hoping to actually time them appropriately to actually get a devastating spawn. Because usually the person who spawns is in more control over, you know, how the situation is going to start. Like right there, Starsan saw he burned his third punch. I'm just going to go ahead and start off with that match.
Indeed. And YOLO goes in. He actually finds a nice throw that's going to be putting Starsan in a very risky spot. Right there, Starsan knows he has to go in. He has to find the stun punch, get his throw going, and he's going to take some nasty chip damage. Oh, man. Oh man, I can actually hear Starsan saying, "Oh man." I don't know if you guys watch this stream, but when he actually does like that whenever he's like in a pickle like this, just like, "Oh man, what do I do?" Oh man, I just like hear his voice in my head right now, and he's gonna be going down there. He can't find himself out of that, and now YOLO taking zero risk, going zero risk, zero reward off for the spawn mind games, but manages to find the throw on Starsan anyways. He does not need any tricks in order to get the thing. He just needs mechanics. Going nice little stun punch chip there happening. Throw should be very soon. They both getting close, but I think deciding to go for the throw. Starsan's just gonna say screw it and go in. That's the Starsan special right there. And
yeah, at some point it's just gotta do that.
Oh man, that no.
Oh yeah, that looked like a hit on my screen. It might have been a lag situation going on there, but it is 6-4 in Yellow's favor. I don't know what people have bet on in chat, but it's definitely interesting to see this going on. Like I said, I simply don't have a lot of experience with Yellow. Starsan I'm very familiar with, and like I said, quintessential Skolldir player. When you think of Skolldir, or if you think of Starsan, first thing you think of is the other. Really, they go just hand in hand at this point in the community.
Exactly. And he is playing more cautiously. He's taking less risk than I think he normally does. A little bit getting inside his head. Yellow going for the chip damage during those downtimes. I think Yellow is perfectly fine with these situations because he has so much more wiggle room that even though he already has the HP advantage, letting both players regen is in his favor because, again, trade damage. This game is all about trading damage, and just Starsan has a max HP bank that's significantly less than Yellow's. So you know it's more costly for Starsan, I think, to let Yellow regen than it is for Yellow to let Starsan regen. But he might be trying to make the comeback. He's gonna get he's going for option C, getting those hill punches so he can stay in the fight. He just needs, if he finds this frag, oh my gosh, oh no. Look at the health. Look at the health.
That's
we
insane.
have seen
the
this
chip damage almost
before. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be a nice third punch off the jump pad right there. Earlier, I didn't mention it, but there was a nice capitalization off of burning the skills. You know, usually when it comes to these kinds of things, it's usually one skill or the other being used. You don't really very often see a quake right into a throw or a throw right into a quake or anything like that, just because having at least one skill up is super vital in these 1v1 situations. But right there, oh wow, that's gonna be a nice trade kill right there. But that is still gonna be in favor of YOLO, though, who is now only 1 kill away from claiming victory in this case.
Indeed. And ooh, barely dancing about these punches. That was gonna be a nice throw there. He gets the quake. YOLO might just be able to take this now. Like, Starsan cannot die again or it's over. He manages to find the throw. He's going in for the oily, doing a lot of damage, getting YOLO significantly low. Starsan kind of has the now or never mentality. And oh, he was doing well for a while. He's gonna find the throw though. Can he find the 3 kills that he needs to come back? Is the question. I don't.
That is the question. We'll see. I mean, it would be a nice upset victory. I mean, we haven't really seen the comeback kid story so far in this tournament, but it would be nice to see that at some point. And right now, I mean, Starsan has evened it up, basically, at least in this bout. A nice throw right there off of him. Again, evening things out, basically at the same amount of health. But that's probably going to be it right there.
You can predict the jump pad. You get thrown over that jump pad, you're done, because like they know what direction you're going. So even if the time frame is small, it's like the easiest read in the world. So they can already be anticipating, you know, the muscle movements that they need to make.
Right, yeah. One thing to note though is when you look at the stats, they actually had identical healing stats, both exactly 7,028. That's just kind of interesting to know. I guess I don't know what that means, that YOLO was actually able to hit more skills rather than third punches, maybe not being as dependent on the damage and healing that came up from their auto attacks. Or, you know, it could be something else, I guess. Post-game analysis, that'd be something to look into.
Yeah, that would be something, like going through and seeing what happened. I mean, even if like that is the situation, it's actually also just kind of funny to actually have that stats be identical. Like that's something, no matter what the play styles are, you're never gonna commonly see. You know what I mean?
Right.
But well, so I guess the lesson learned for Starsan is like it was kind of, both players had the same playstyle more or less. Honestly, all things considered, they both kind of go for the predictions, they kind of go for the hard reads, and YOLO just kind of made a bit more hard reads. So I think it's kind of like the back and forth mentality where Starsan's like, okay, so now I know YOLO's gonna do this, so I position myself like this in this situation. But I think YOLO can adapt to that too, because YOLO's gonna be having the other side of the mind games where he goes, okay, so Starsan knows I do this, so he's gonna know to do this, so I need to do this instead. But Starsan, like, it's like gonna be like who outthinks the other. It's like it's like how do you know if you're going too far down that rabbit hole or too slow? You know what I mean?
Right, yeah. Let's see. I'm actually having difficulties with the second replay. I don't know if you can get it up yourself.
Let me give it a roll here. Let me plug it. Loading so far for me.
Oh, there we go. I guess it took a second for whatever reason. Yeah, I was just
Good.
pressing enter, it just wasn't loading at all. But okay, we're good to go.
All right, awesome. I'm setting it up. What do they? What do you think is the biggest thing for Starsan to do differently?
I think the biggest thing differently is to take a little bit more advantage of the map overall. I think that's one of the things that, at least in this match, is a little bit underutilized. We talked about like jump pads and nice kills in that case, but I think really, I feel like they could be doing a little bit more. Just because, you know, this is a custom match, and, you know, there are nice predictions when it comes to like where they're going to land and things like that. But especially something like the jump pads, like you were saying earlier, you know, being thrown into a jump pad, that's a huge advantage for the person who did the throwing, just because, you know, for the next, you know, second or so, you know exactly their trajectory, and maybe they can get a bit of counterplay on you because, you know, they can maybe expect you to be going on that same trajectory that they are. But again, when it comes to this, being able to know what's going to happen a second or two ahead is huge. So I think that's something that, for either player, really, not necessarily just Starsan, that's something that would definitely give them the advantage.
Indeed. Anyways, my friend, I am set up here and good to go, and I am at the. I thought it was. Okay, now I am set up and good to go. I am at the 12-second mark. Would you like to give us a countdown?
I am also at the 12-second mark, so let's go ahead and get this started in 3, 2, 1, go.
And we're off, and there's the taunts. The taunts are how the players let each other know that they're done buying and are ready to play. And they're, oh my gosh, look at these players. This is actually getting sick already. And
yeah.
Yellow just backed up into a corner. Talk about being bullied up against the wall. Like, Starsan is like the high school bully. Yellow is the nerd. That jump pad is a locker. Like, that is what that was there.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely. Starsan actually, he did take damage in the first fight, but he was actually able to heal it up with the heal punch, so it looked like he basically got a 1 for absolutely nothing kill in that fight. So that's something to note there with the mind games there. Starsan actually was at the wrong spawn. He was at his own spawn point, so he was actually burning skills at the entire really wrong glass platform, which I thought was just a little funny, really. Oh, wow, Starsan, wow, it's going to be actually a trade kill right there, it looks, actually, even though it looked a little bit worse for Starsan close to the end.
Yeah, and he's doing a really good job this time, I think, of just kind of trying to have a bit more clean mechanics. Like, that's a nice, very solid throw. He put Yellow to half, and Yellow, okay, Yellow's actually going to do way more damage off this throw. He actually might manage to get a frag, but there's the counter throw there. That's going to bring it 3-1 in favor of Starsan. Starsan actually making the comeback dream starting to happen here. This might just be a tie match. Both players are just going in.
Well,
oh my god,
he gonna
that, that was a nice throw from Yellow. That's exactly what he needed. Find the frag on Starsan without taking that much damage. Now he's in a clean position to go ahead and try to even up the game without that much risk, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's managed to land so much damage. Now Starsan have significantly lower HP than Yellow despite spawning after him, and he's going for the cheese. Yellow goes to the no throwers more than anyone. At first you think it's just him kind of going for the stylish kind of memey last hit, but I think he's actually concerned about the residual damage that they do in adding in the free chip. Because again, the philosophy of spend your HP to deal damage, if you get the free gnome poke, then you haven't spent anything besides just, you know, playing it safe while you wait for your cooldown to come back. And if you do find it, that's a free 450 damage. Starsan is finding some very nice throw to oily combos, though. He's baiting the Yellow's throws, and he's managing to make his combos work and get in and just do the damage that he needs to.
Yeah, well, going back to like kind of the chip damage mentality, there's something to note that both of these players, well, the build in general that all the players here are constrained to, does involve metacans. So whenever there's downtime, if you have the advantage in health, it definitely is advantageous to either be going with that chip damage or try to be a little bit more pressuring just so that they don't actually regain that metacan, because, you know, at level 20, metacan actually does a lot of regen. I've actually seen it, talking about chip damage, maybe do as much as a gnome every 10 seconds or something like that, which does add up pretty quickly if there is downtime between the two players.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. And they're doing a really good job, I think. Oh, my replay just started zooming in and around on me. But anyways, Oh, I come back. I go off screen for a second. I come back and Starsan's like got 2 bars. Okay,
Yeah.
buddy.
Oh man.
But 2 bars is one more bar than Starsan needs to pick up the frag on Yellow. And there's the double kill. Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh man. But I mean, Starsan's gonna immediately go down. But I mean, I think that was a very nice play from Starsan's part. That was a perfect prediction on the throw on the spawn. I don't think we've seen that happen yet. We've seen some Quake action just because it's a little bit easier to handle. But wow, that's another kill off the edge for Starsan right there. But yeah, the throw from the spawn point is actually very hard to kill because you only got 1 shot out there. It's a fairly short window as far as the windows in these Skolldir matches go. So that was kind of nice to see that was actually able to be pulled off effectively in that case.
Indeed. And Starsan, he's going to be quick fishing out, not going to find it. He has lower HP. Yellow might try and take advantage of this. The throw is obviously the big thing to, extremely worry about in this situation. There it is. There's a nice throw. Taking the stun punch to get the throw. Yellow trying to come back. He might be able to find the throw there. He doesn't find the Quake. He does find... Ooh. Oh, that was a solid throw effort for someone. Now it's 8-8. Both players full HP and cooldowns are now ready. They're going to Quake. They're going to double throw. This is another little just simultaneous repeat here. This is actually sick. I have no clue who's going to take this. Both players' health is the exact same. Like, what the heck?
Yeah, how often does this happen? First to 10, each player is 2 kills away from victory in this situation. And, like you said, basically starting out even. It's almost as if it was a reset on the match itself. But now instead of 10 kills, they're going just for 2. And here we have a YOLO kind of a tough situation, health-wise anyway. Starsan gonna try to go and finish that off, and he's gonna be able to do that right there. Maybe trying to go for another predict throw. Not gonna be getting it. I guess maybe YOLO has learned his lesson in that case. Just wait for his cooldowns to be off. That is going to be a missed throw on YOLO right there, though, as Starsan right now is advantageous, even if he's a little bit in a little bit of a worse health situation.
Yeah, and he's being very cautious. He does not want to blow this lead at all, which he might just do anyways. Misses the third punch, misses the throw. YOLO going in to try and finish the job. Starsan's just it's the option C. You're trying to get those punches in. That whiff throw on YOLO might have just cost him the game. If Starsan can get in there in enough time to take advantage of it, he is not going to be able to capitalize though. YOLO waiting to take that jump pad, manages to not get the throw. Unfortunately, held onto it for a little bit too long. Starsan going to finish him off with the punches right in front of the turret, meaning that whoever bet for a tie is going to be the ones winning a giveaway. This match or this series, Starsan proved it. He did the comeback. That wasn't like super combat kid like you were talking about earlier, but he did, stop repeating his mistakes. But yeah, he managed to do it.
Yeah, it is nice to see. I think a lot of these matches are actually finished in ties. Well, I guess maybe not all of them, but I think maybe more than I expected. And again, all of these players deserve to be here. They are very, very skilled in the community, and especially in the game, obviously. So I guess to a certain degree, I did expect a little bit more of one-sided matches, but they've actually been pretty even throughout the day. Even those ones that were 2-0 were fairly even overall, or at least something a little bit more surprising, at least to me personally, than I would have expected. I think it was going to be maybe a little bit more of a shutout than what I'm seeing, which I'm actually very happy for. These matches are a lot more interesting than I expected them to be.
I completely agree with that, my friend. I completely agree. Anyways, guys, we're going to be right back as we set up our next match. Do not go anywhere.